Well, welcome to the ProBrick exclusive YouTube channel with Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist, otherwise known as ProBricky, from the ProBricky Next Generation Facebook page, where we show all our work and stuff like that if you're interested. Besides that, we are very interested in love and relationships and things like this. I found this tremendous video by this lady. It's about stop allowing adult children to ruin your relationships. And you might say, well, why would you be interested in that? Because I've lost relationships with some great women who just haven't been able to get past this barrier. So let's go, guys. Let's see what she says. Subscribe, ring the bell, like if you will, comment and share, and let's just see what happens here. I might read a scripture before we start. And the one that we're up to is, a sensible person wins admiration, but a warped mind is despised. That was the last one. This is the new one. Better to be an ordinary person with a servant than to be self-important but have no food. Let's say that again. Better to be an ordinary person with a servant than to be self-important but have no food. Enjoy this video, guys. It's probably one of the best I've seen. It only goes for 5 minutes, and it's from the heart.
Good morning, my people. I want to say, when someone shows you who they are, you have to believe it, whether it's good or bad. If someone is in a relationship and you have adult children, I do not feel that you should allow your adult children to control you in your relationship. You have to put them in their place. I don't understand, some adults are afraid, or they seem as if they cannot stand up to their adult children. They're an adult for a reason. They have their lives, they've made their choices, and they're going to continue to make their choices as you being the adult parent. We can all disagree, or we can all care about our parents, and we can all give advice, good, spiritual, genuine advice. But if they choose to do something or be with someone that we may not like for whatever reason, selfish reasons, or whatever the reason is, we can't get mad. But for an adult to say, or even think about, I'm not going to be in this relationship because, or I'm not going to be in that relationship because of my adult child. You know your adult child is doing things and acting in a way that they should not act towards who you're with, wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, or whomever. And you allow the behavior by not even speaking up to them or not even putting them in their place.
And this is what cost me my last relationship. She just would not pull these people into line. It's all she had to do. And it's very sad. Sad, like, we both made tremendous investments, and this lady is so to the point and so spot on.
And then when the spouse, girlfriend, or boyfriend wants to check them or put them in their place, then you get angry with them.
I never wanted to check or put anybody in their place in my situations. It's never my business. Had it been my children, I would have dealt with things immediately and continued to have done so, and to the point where I probably would have kicked them out. That's me. Everyone's different, and I appreciate that. But to do nothing, just to allow it to sit, it's not attractive. It doesn't help anybody, particularly them. It definitely didn't help the relationship. Better to be an ordinary person with a servant than to be self-important but have no food.
You might be controlled by your child. Ain't nobody else going to be controlled by your child.
That's 100%. And there was this element where it was presumed that I was going to fix the situation. The problem wasn't my problem. I was going to see my girlfriend. I was going to see my partner, and it didn't suit these people. Now, I'm not sure what I was supposed to do to fix it, because I hadn't really done anything wrong to wreck it. There was a little bit of an episode where I sort of laughed at this kid having a pity party, or a young man having a pity party over himself. He was very self-centered, and I say that respectfully, but that's what the problem was. And it was just so villainized, it wasn't funny. It was just villainized beyond comprehension. And I could just see this woman just could not sort this out.
You that have overly grown kids, they got their own kids or they may not. They controlling you. They make every call for you. The call that they call for you, you answer to. And you expect your lover to do the same. I got a call from a friend today, and she was just very disturbed. She's going through same or similar. And the guy will not speak up to his adult daughter. The adult daughter have called her a liar, and just some more things. And his majority of his family have disrespected her, and he won't hold her up. He don't got her back. You see, that's your family, but if she want to speak up, then he got a problem with it. You're gonna always be by yourself. You're not gonna have someone that's worthy, because you're gonna have someone weak, that's weak like you, that's incapable of speaking up and let people run over them.
And this is where I got scared, because when people can't fix issues, if something big happens, they're not going to be able to fix that either. So what you see is a very weak, vulnerable person on the one hand. And one of the things about my mother, she always protected her relationships from us. Did it make us love her any less? No. But she was a strong woman. She was a good woman. She was never cruel to us, but she had every right to protect her relationship, and she was never on her own. Now, I've broken up with 1, 2, 3 women due to interfering children. And don't worry, look, if you're watching this, you can think what you like. They are covertly interfering. Don't worry about that. If you can't go visit your girlfriend at her place, or you got people, wrecking you from behind, that's tremendous interfering. That's why a lot of these women end up on their own. The children abandon them. I've seen it several times. The last woman I was married to, she's had several operations since, and it's just a babysitter for her daughter's children.
We don't have to be rude, disrespectful, and ignorant, but you have to get your adult child told, listen, you're not going to tell me what to do. You can give me advice, and I can consider taking that advice or not, but you're not controlling me. And then, from what she says...
See, the interesting thing too is, if my children dared to control me, they would be immediately asked to leave. And another thing too is, my wife, I got some pretty strong young boys. Here they are here. Look, here's the boys. They're not weak kids. These kids have done it hard. They've worked hard. They're strong. Boy, he's only 16 there. This kid, he's been laying stone. Their mother took to them. If they played up, when she had her boyfriend there, if they played up, she'd take to them and pull them into line. And that's attractive. When you see a mother that's frightened of her children, or has got some hesitancy towards their children, it's just terribly unattractive. It really is. It's just horrible, actually. So these young boys, their mother took to them. Yeah, there they are there, a little bit. Well, you get a better picture of me. There's one there. Look, she's taken to him. That's Jordan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's not much of their mum. And so, it's a matter of where your values are. And from where I grew up and from what I know about life, the fact that the woman that I was with and in love with, that she wouldn't stand for our relationship, it just come to a head. It just cornered her in the end. And I understood all the dynamics behind it. But no, it was just in the end, I've just gone, no, you're not standing for anybody here. You go back then and live your life out with your boys or find somebody else because you can do better.
Then that gets them to arguing. Now, remind you, this adult child have not been around for years. Her and the dad lost contact. But all of a sudden, since you around, now you running things. Y'all haven't been around, and your first conversation with him is trying to check her because you feel it's her fault that he ain't been around when he an overly grown man. Listen, you can't be a weak man or a weak woman. You have to be able to stand your ground with your child and your children. It works both ways. Man, woman, woman, man, whoever. You see? Because if they see that you're weak and you're never going to speak up on behalf of that lover or that spouse, they're going to continue to do it. And the spouse going to get tired. Whether the spouse don't say nothing out of respect for you or because she or he don't want any issues or problems, eventually they're going to get tired. So when a person say, well, you can't make me choose between my child or you, basically you've already chose. So it's up to the person that you're with to walk out the door.
And one of the things that I made very, very clear to all of these women was I never ever want to come between you and your children. It's not a matter of picking me over your children. It's a matter of putting things in order, like my mother did. She just said, you stay out of my business and you respect my space. And she meant it and she did it. And she saved her relationships because the men respected her for it. This woman's spot on, man. She's good.
Adult child have not been around for years. Her and the dad lost contact. But all of a sudden, since you around, now you running things. Y'all haven't been around, and your first conversation with him is trying to check her because you feel it's her fault that he ain't been around when he an overly grown man. Listen, you can't be a weak man or a weak woman. You have to be able to stand your ground with your child and your children. It works both ways. Man, woman, woman, man, whoever. You see? Because if they see that you're weak and you're never going to speak up on behalf of that lover or that spouse, they're going to continue to do it. And the spouse going to get tired. Whether the spouse don't say nothing out of respect for you or because she or he don't want any issues or problems, eventually they're going to get tired. So when a person say, well, you can't make me choose between my child or you, basically you've already chose. So it's up to the person that you're with to walk out the door. If they choose to stay and they give you that ultimatum, then you have to decide who you laying down with every night, who you kissing on every day. It ain't the child, I hope. You see, I feel for my friend. I told her I'm gonna keep her in prayer, but it's crazy. It's totally crazy. If you a woman, woman up. Check your adult children. If you a man, man up, toughen up. Where that backbone at? Don't let nobody disrespect your lover. Don't let nobody do that. I don't care who it is. They not gonna let you come and ruin their relationship, and then you just now getting back to start talking to them, and they think they finna get controlling and run something. Baby, check pimping. I love y'all. Until we meet again. Good morning.
So there you go, guys. Was that tremendous or not? For those of you that have suffered at the hands of this, as much as you've tried, it's about backbone. It's not about being cruel. It's about standing up for your love and the one that you love. And unfortunately, it just doesn't always happen. So this is Reverend Dr. Jason W. Morrison, Theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Again, excuse me, guys. Better to be an ordinary person with a servant than to be self-important but have no food. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe, ring the bell, like, share, and comment, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys.